In this video, we're going to go over doing custom form validation with our forms. We've covered forms in pretty good detail in previous videos, but we've never really touched on the actual custom validation of individual fields or overall validation of the entire form. To start out, if we look at our form in our browser and we'll fill out the only required field and click Submit, then we go to our successful view. And if we look at our form again, it's just title, date, a completed Boolean, and task 4 would be a character field that we're going to say, hey, we want to do this task for someone. For our first scenario, we only want to form submit if the task does not have a doctor in it. So if we'll go into our form in our home/forms.py, you'll see we have just a normal class-based form. And if we'll go down and create a method called def clean underscore task underscore 4, then we're saying, hey, this is going to be a clean method for task 4. This is where we're going to do our custom validation for the task 4 field. The first thing that we do in this method is we get our clean data for task 4 by just doing a get method on our dictionary essentially, and we get our data back. So we're going to do a very naive implementation of checking to see if a doctor is listed in our task 4, and we'll just do if doctor is in our data, so we're just doing a string comparison, and if it is, we're going to raise a validation error and give a message as to why this validation didn't happen. And then finally we actually return the data. In every clean method for specific fields, you need to return the data that you originally got if everything turns out well. So we'll actually open this up in our browser and we do our title and we put Dr. Doom in our task 4 and hit submit. You see we have our error comes back, says you can't do any tasks for a doctor. So that is the first part of our validation. And we could do this for actually every single field in our form, but in this case we're doing it just for the task 4. Another validation we might want to do is validation for the entire form itself, so that after everything else is individually validated, we want to make sure that the overall concept of the form is taking place as well. In this case, we never want to schedule a due date for a task and go ahead and mark it complete. We might want to do that for older tasks, but we never want to do that for a future task. So if we'll do a clean method and we'll do def clean, this clean by itself means it's for the entire form. When you do this, when you actually have to call the constructor of the parent object, because you might have other validation that needs to take place beforehand, and this actually returns us our dictionary of all of our clean data. From there, we need to actually get our data, so we'll do a clean data.get to get our date, we'll do a clean data.get to get our completed status, and then finally we'll actually do our validation check to make sure that no future dates have a completed check mark checked by doing if completed. That checks for it that the check mark is checked, and then we'll do the current time is less than the date. Then we'll just raise our validation error and give ourselves a message. It's not actually a lot different than our clean task 4 method. The one thing to know is in this case we're not actually returning clean data. This is actually a change in 1.7 where it's no longer required for you to return the clean data dictionary. In previous versions in 1.6 and below, you need to go ahead and return clean data. So if we'll actually open this up in our browser and we'll fill this out, we'll give ourselves a date into the future and we'll set completed. Then you see we get our error message at the top of the entire form because it did a validation on the entire form that we had, and it says you can't add a task for a future due date and it be completed. But let's say we actually want to be a little more helpful and we want to point our users to the correct field to either change something or one thing or both things. We can actually do a self.addError. We give it the name of our field and a message. We can do this for date and we can do this for our completed field as well and give them each a custom message that we need. So now that we have that done, we can go ahead and open up back in our browser and hit submit again, and now you see we have, for the overall form error message, we have each of our fields for our date and our completed task, and we also see that for our task 4 we still have doctor in there, so it's erroring as well. If we'll uncheck completed and remove doctor from our task and hit submit, then everything validates properly and we go to our new page. And that's really it. Doing custom validation is actually that simple and can really garner you a lot of power really quickly. So I really recommend you do some custom validation. Really take that leap to go ahead and do it, because it can actually help your users out a lot when you don't give them very much information as to what went wrong. Sometimes just setting required isn't quite enough to help your users understand what's going on.